What's up here, Imbecile here, back for some Magic the Gathering content. Today, we didn't get a big dump, but we got some really cool cards that I definitely want to talk about. So yeah, let's get right into it. The Might Stone and the Weak Stone is a 5-mana legendary artifact, Power Stone. It has, when the Might Stone and Weak Stone enter the battlefield, choose one. Draw 2 cards, or target creature gets -5/-5 until end of turn. And it can tap to make 2 colorless mana. This mana can't be spent to cast non-artifact spells. And at the end, it melds with URZA Lord Protector. If there is an artifact deck, I think this card is insane in one of them. First of all, at a 5-mana rate, drawing 2 or getting the -5/-5 is a lot of value, and especially if you're playing an artifact deck, you might not have removal. You might not have anything to deal with Sheoldred, which this kills really well. And the draw 2 is really powerful because if you draw an artifact that costs 2 mana, you can play it immediately. So basically giving you a 3-for-1. And then it untaps. And it's a pretty big ramp piece. So yeah, I think this card is dope on its own, but it gets even better when you add the other cards. URZA Lord Protector is 1 of any color, 1 white and 1 blue for a 2/4 legendary creature human artificer. He has artifact, instant, and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. 7. If you both own and control URZA Lord Protector and an artifact named the Might Stone and Weak Stone, exile them, then meld them into URZA. Planeswalker, activate this only as a sorcery. So I'm going to first start talking about the first ability here. We have seen that creatures that make the price 1 less expensive have been very strong. For example, Hati Djinn, which is probably the reason why blue is the best deck right now to play, and also Jukai Naturalist, which is also a really big part. What URZA has that's pretty nice is, unlike Jukai Naturalist, this guy doesn't die to a bolt. It doesn't die to a cut down. So it is very hard to kill. So it is interesting, but if you put the 2 cards together, then the card gets really strong. So URZA the Planeswalker, finally we have him after all this wait. So, he comes in with 7 loyalty. He has, once during each of your turns, you may activate an additional loyalty ability of URZA Planeswalker. +2, artifact, instants, and sorcery spells you cast this turn cost 2 less to cast. You gain 2 life. +1, draw 2 cards and discard a card. 0, create 2 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature tokens. -3, exile target non-land permanent. -10, artifacts and planeswalkers you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Destroy all non-land permanents. So the ability to use any of its 5 abilities twice every turn is absolutely crazy. Basically, every single ability solves a problem. Either you need blockers, you need removal, you need card draw, you need card reduction. He does it all and then he does it twice. Like, it's actually pretty insane. This is the strongest planeswalker that we've ever seen. Of course, you have to jump through a lot of hoops to get here, but this it's just so awesome. The art is beautiful. He looks so cool. So you might be saying it's too many hoops to jump through, but it's actually more efficient than you think. So play this guy on 3. He makes all your artifacts cost less. That makes the Might Stone cost 4. So you play Might Stone on 4, then in the next turn, you play your land drop, you tap the 2 mana here to pay the 7, and on turn 5, you have URZA's Planeswalker, which I'm pretty confident wins like 70% of the games it is summoned. It is crazy. It is so awesome to see him because I read all the books and I read the story, and we've been waiting for him to come out for so long, and I think they did an amazing job with this card. Yeah, total fan.